Hello, this is Jer. This is the Nightmare series of Oxygen Not Included. I'm on the radioactive ocean asteroid that is metal poor and has a frozen core. Absolutely terrible place to be. As if it wasn't bad enough, all the game settings are on the maximum hardness, and we don't have teleportation or care packages. Enjoy! Welcome back. So I just rolled back to the beginning of Cycle 249. Just want to do a couple things. Probably the most important thing is I want to go in the rocket itself and tell the dupes that you can use all this stuff. So the dupes can't use the washroom, they can't use stuff out of the fridge unless I go in here and I say none there. So now they have access to this because the idea is I want them to be able to live here, not have to really build much except for mining mission stuff. Alright, so I see this dude's trying to build this. I'm going to direct their attention to destroying this instead. Maybe I'll do that by giving them a move over there. Alright, so now they should be destructing that. They can destruct this. One of the first priorities I'm going to do, just in case we're in a bit of an emergency, is to fill this up with carbon dioxide. So that we can leave in a hurry. We'll also build an easy path to get from here over down to where we're going to be exploring on this asteroid. We'll take this out and build a second platform for sending up rovers. Just moving the rocket platform a little bit to the left for the rover rocket. Dupes over on this world are getting some snazzy suits to put on. It's going to up the morale, or rather decor value, which hopefully will have an effect on morale. Carbon dioxide is starting to charge up this rocket so we can get back home in the future. Just going to extend this line over here so that we'll be able to charge up this rocket as well to send our rovers. Making this rocket entirely out of cobalt since we've got a lot of that around. See the dupes obsessed with creating these. Let's just turn that priority down. Let's see how many red pills. We've got 11 right now, so we're good for the moment. So the rocket is now built. I'm going to crew this with, let's say, astronaut. We just need to go one tile away to start orbiting. Oh, hold on. We need to wait for carbon dioxide. It's starting to load, though. Maybe I'll just get this dupe to wait. Maybe we can go now. There we are. So we will acknowledge that warning. Start our blast off. We're going to get our first rover on this world. Click on this, deploy. Just need to find a tile that this thing can land in. Oh, right. Oh, I thought I had it. Here we go. So, deploy that down. We'll send the rocket back down. And I'll repeat this a couple times until we have a bunch of rovers. Make sure we give them some tasks so we can actually start to explore this world. The first little diversion here, we'll go over for that cobalt. I see some here as well. The other thing, it might be nice, I've got red pills for the beginning of this mission, but it might be nice, whoops, if we actually give barely safe along this. We'll definitely want to give us a little bit of cover. Let's send this back up. And I'll design some cover while Astronaut does that. So I'll want to have an opening. Let's do this in 4 pieces right there. Does not take long to get a lot of rovers here. So we put some bins so the rovers can start to collect some material that we can bring in. So the rockets is continuing to add some more protection from all this radiation. We'll have to destroy this when we take off, but I figured it's better to have the protection. And yet another rover. Just realizing I'm building this out of granite, and I don't think the rovers have access to granite since that's on the rocket. So I'm just going to make sure anything that I want the rovers to build, I'm going to build out of sedimentary rock in this case. Just things that they have access to. So we'll head over in this direction. And we're going to get our first pieces of gold amalgam. So that is awesome. We're also going to get our first thimbleweed seed. And I believe our first buddy bud plant. Just by going in this direction. Okay, this asteroid has volcanoes, so maybe we're going to go left and right from this point on. Rather than trying to worry about that. Let's make a plan around this really hot stuff. Over on this side, I'm going to sedimentary rock, obviously. We're going to go through here, avoiding the bissolite just because the rovers can't construct with that. Just fill in some of these tiles. And connect like that, and then we'll go down. We'll do the same thing the other direction. I'll get another rover. So astronaut can work on that. So on this other side, pretty much just make sure we don't go through the hot area. Go through a little bit of bissolite. Gold amalgam, that's awesome. We want tons of that. So I'm going to experiment with some automations. This time we're going to go up on the rocket. We're going to move this platform over because I want to see how this conveyor and receptacle fitting and that is going to work, and see if I can find a way to help with the rover's loading material on the rocket. Not entirely sure what all the pieces are just yet, but I will start experimenting. I do believe that, though, that we're going to need a rocket platform over here. So we're going to actually have two. So now that this guy's up, we can start destructing this. Send the rover down, but we're not going to land until that gets moved over. Rover right here. And just hold off on the landing. Okay, so the idea is I want to build a platform right here. I might need to make a connection next to it, so I'm going to offset this just to say, I don't know how much room I need actually. Let's see. Is there ability to see? Let me just have a look around. It's this extension, and I'm not sure what size. It's not that big actually. I'm not sure if it fits there or there. But that's why I'm adding some extra space that might not be needed. But I'm going to put that right there. Do that at high priority. If that's the case, we'll also need this gas pipe brought over to the center. Just trying to figure out why this dupe on board won't build. This is a very important task at the moment. Oh, there's no Atmo suits. How did that happen? Deliver, deliver. Here we are. Okay, that makes sense. Whew, I was worried there for a little bit. see that this Duke is starting construction now. Make sure we've got an actual path we can land. Good. As soon as that is ready, we will send Astronaut back down. And I'm also realizing they may not be able to actually get out. Oh my goodness. Fortunately, they have an Atmos suit. Let's make this a priority thing. What did I make that out of? Sedimentary rock. That's fine. Rovers can start on that. Okay, let's go bring that rocket down. I don't think they're able to get out right yet. If it was emergency, I guess I could destroy this, but I'm pretty sure the rovers aren't going to take too long to make that. Actually, oh, they're sick too. Well, go take your red pill. I'm probably going to decompress a bit on this rocket Morpheus. That's going to remove some of their radiation. Okay, alright, sorry about that, astronaut. I don't know why that that got in that state it was, but maybe just in case, I'm going to enable all of these. Thinking for this experiment, let's stop loading some material in here. In fact, we might get rid of these. What we'll do is I'll get the dupes for the time being just to bring this into the rocket. Maybe we'll even put one or two of these as Cobalt. Get that. Actually, let's just keep that as standard priority, actually, maybe. Because the whole idea is we're going to experiment with bringing material on. But my concern is if I build machinery out in space, it's going to get hotter and hotter. It might be nice to build a spot down here where it's nice and cool. Speaking of which, let's actually limit the gases from escaping. So do this type of thing. Put our bin storage here. We should have lead because we brought lead with us. So we'll bring in some shipping. Auto sweeper. Put that right like that. We will put in a conveyor loader. We'll do that right there. Power. I could either make a battery and connect it. That's probably what makes the most sense, I'm thinking. Though that's going to be a heavy watt wire. Which, I mean, I guess could work. Yeah, I mean, we've got plenty of cobalt. So anything that needs to be powered, I have to make sure we're bringing on heavy watt wire. Or I could bring in a transformer here, but at that point, it might as well just make heavy watt wire the whole way. Okay, we can give this another try. This time from a little bit further over. So we've got this thing called a rocket port extension. I don't know if heat's going to be an issue right there. So we've got some steel. I'm going to try putting it right there. Does that have... Okay, wait a minute. Don't think we'll need these two anymore. I think some experimentation is needed here. Okay, this part I'm comfortable with. I know I need a conveyor rail going up. That's going to be obvious. How to get it into the rocket is more the question. Let's not forget about our rover. Bring that down somewhere here. I have a feeling, and I could be wrong, that I need to get a storage module. A solid storage module to make this work. We'll see. Please allow me to do a little bit of... Oh, if I've got the research for that. Sell cargo bay, there we go. Now, does this have something I can... No, it does not. I'm not sure if maybe this is supposed to be next to that. Why don't we do this? We'll make this pathway like that. So I can get this ladder out of the way. And I see a bunch of rovers that don't know what to do with themselves. Let's make a priority of getting through some bacillite down here. Starting to get over here. Let's cut out a path right there. Again, anywheres where there's bacillite, I'm going to indicate to the dupes. You should make a priority of getting to that. Oh, we've got some aluminum. We get further down. Lots of gold amalgam. So very useful metals to be taken back. I want to make sure I don't forget this before we take off some of this special stuff. So let's bring that up here, just where I will not forget. So that's a thimbleweed seed, buddy bud seed as well. And that right there. Gonna get the rovers to start onboarding some material here. Get some more of these. Bring in 9. That'll be enough to reach everywhere where the auto sweeper can touch. Let's clear out some space. In order for this plan to work, I see I'm going to need a skill scrubber because we need someone that has the skill to actually be able to build this automation. So I'm going to put this down here. Dupes are going to be wearing an Atmos suit, so I'm not worried about the environment. Apart from radiation, we're fine at that location, so that's good. So Baker is going through the skill scrubbing. Continuing to explore all corners of this asteroid. Rovers are making easy work of this. So we're down here. Got some cobalt that we can get into. Actually, maybe we want to avoid some of the difficult digging in that path. And way over here as well. So we now have a cargo bay. I'm going to see if I can get some cargo loaded in here. Let's put in some of this cobalt. And go into the rocket and see if I'm able to pull it out. With the rocket, I need to think about this. I need to get the conveyor receptacle. Because we want to... or no, we want the loader. We want to load from that thing there. So, how about we just try this? We'll make... Still have to wait for Baker to get their skill, but... I'll see about building that. Maybe this is all I need. Make that a high priority. So now I can assign some skills to Baker. We want to give them mechatronics engineering so I can experiment with that. And ideally, exosuit training. Let's up the priority here just so we can... How does stuff get loaded in this? I don't see a priority associated with that. Okay, this is going to be fun. At this point, I do not know what I'm doing, but I'm hoping to figure this out. I'm going to try. It's not looking good. Got this going in, and oh! What does that mean? Not linked. Not linked. The building must be adjacent to a rocket platform or another rocket port in order to function. Okay, so this guy's happy. This guy is not. Okay, what does it mean by rocket port? Okay, so see, a rocket port is... Do I not have the technology for that? Because I've got this thing called rocket port extension. Oh wait. Unless there... Oh! Oh, what is this? This looks like what I need. Let me try swapping that out. I don't know if I've left myself enough space. Let's try building this guy here. We want to, like a loader, so we want to bring stuff into the rocket. Don't have steel. Actually, let's... Does that mean the steel might be able to get enough? I have 406 pieces of steel. That's so random. Let's me build... I don't even know if I need that storage. That might not be necessary, but let's put that right there. Let's see what this does. It's kind of between the two ports. Oh, it needs power. Okay, well, that's easily enough. Done. Is it really just a matter of connecting that like that? I'm going to keep this here for now to see if it's necessary, but my assumption at this point is that... oh, this needs power too. That's fine. That's alright. We can bring in the line like that. And maybe I'll start to get all the material dumped down right there. Now, if that happens, I don't want the dupes to come back in the rockets and send material here. Let's just check the radiation level since I made some changes. Give ourselves a little bit of cover. Like that. So the conveyor line is now able to get there. I'm just going to click on this and say, give me, let's start with gold amalgam. If we've got any yet. Maybe we'll have to go with cobalt or aluminum. What do you got in this thing? Oh, right. The priority needs to be higher than the bins. There we go. This could be a big deal if this makes its way into the rocket. It's gonna get stuck there, won't it? I can't tell because we're loading to the next cycle. No. Okay, there's more to it. Maybe the construction's just not complete. That could be it. Let's just hope that's it. Where we are. Wrong rocket. Heat production. Oh, great. It's producing heat, but not actually doing anything. Only thing maybe... The only thing is, it is between the two, and I'm just wondering, it says cargo transfer complete. What does that even mean? What does it mean? Let's go. I'm going to send a rocket up and remove this. Maybe it's connected to this guy. I don't know if it actually indicates which one it's connected to, or if that's even it, but I'll be back in a second. Might as well experiment with a few things at once. Let's try bringing that right next to that with the floor. See if this is actually meant to load into here. And it needs to be right next to it. No, that wasn't. Oh yeah, but it's a different module than I had there earlier. I don't know. Let's just see. At this point, I'm trying to avoid having to go online to figure this out. I'm gonna try to figure it out on my own. And I'll let you know if I give up and go and read something online to continue. I think I may have a clue. It says this building here uses solid material filters set on the rocket cargo bay. Now I do have, so maybe I do need a cargo bay. Have I set anything? I've set cobalt. Maybe I've got gold amalgam in there. Oh my god, that did it. Okay, I understand. You know what? What else do we need? Aluminum or iron. I don't think there's wolframite, maybe. That's it. Okay, so we didn't need this little bit here. Let's cancel that little construction experiment. And maybe we can get our rocket platform. Again, okay, let's have a look. Is this actually making it inside the rock? That would be the full... That's the full deal. Haha. Okay, this is nice because I have all these rovers, and I'm going to get more rovers. They can't go in the rocket. So it leaves the dupes to have to load stuff with all this material. Now, hold on. I don't want an infinite loop set up. So let's tell these two dupes not to supply. Let's leave that to the rovers. Supplying. There we are. I find it more fun when I don't have to look things up, but we'll go on with this. Make sure we get this, because now that I know that this works, having more rovers is beneficial. I'm just hoping that this doesn't get confused when there's two. We'll see about that in a second. So the rovers over here, or the dupes over here, I'm giving them some tasks. I'm just clearing out some land. Most of what I would want them to build includes metal, so I don't want them to stay idle, so we'll just start clearing out some land, be able to develop future projects. Just realized my bin here was set at low priority when I was bringing in some bleach stone to do a project, so that's being brought back up. So now I have 2 rocket platforms. This thing is still loading, so that is nice. So now that I've got this figured out, I get to relax a bit. Oh, I just realized a dust cap, that is a type of biology that I don't have on my homeworld yet. I can go around and start to mark out the spots that I want to be cleared out. Go up there. Maybe it's easier to go up and down. So that's one zone we're working on. We've got another zone down here. And over here. And we can even go over to this area. I'll just make a bunch of ladders easily like that, since we've got so many rovers to help out. This should make easy work of clearing out lots of material. And we're not waiting to have this be loaded. The loading process is going on right now, which is much nicer than the last time. We're out of power, though. I'm just wondering if it makes sense to put in a manual generator or not. Thinking maybe not. The only reason... How much of this do we have? Hydrogen 195. Oh. Okay, actually, I know what we'll do. We'll put in... smart battery there. That's going to be connected to the heavy watt wire system. What else? We all want to have automation connected to here. And I can put in a power control station just to get a little bit more power from this guy. So this will operate at night. Now this is only going to help us during the day, but oh my goodness, I forgot my dupe. Whoops. Okay, I got too excited. Alright, let's make sure we send a rover down. Alright, so it looks like that component, I'm assuming, is needed based on what I read here. But let's put in some solar panels. I'd like to have these close. What happened there? All of a sudden it's not... Okay, it's back. Let's get rid of that. And we'll put in some solar panels around. One will go right here. I was wondering why this rocket wasn't being charged up. It's because this rocket here is a little taller than it used to be. Saving this rover who found themselves trapped. Also found some gold. I'm gonna make a priority of onboarding that to the rocket. How do I actually make that a priority though? I know what I'll do. Let's make this a 6, but say this is all the priority-based stuff I want to bring in. So, gold. Anything I select here, we also need to have over here some gold. What else? Dust caps. That's going to be under seeds. Let's see. We want thimbleweed seed. What is a buddy seed? Buddy bud. So we've got that. I don't... Oh, maybe because I haven't dug it out yet. I was expecting to see dust cap. Fungal spore. Oh, that is, that's the name of it. I understand. Oh, there it is. Okay. And I'm just going to go over here, click on all seeds. Just make it easy. Bring in all the fine metals. Only thing is, that's not going to prioritize on things, so what I'll do... have a separate one for taking in the priority items. Notice the dupes were unloading some important material. I did not do the priorities correctly. What I should have done is actually said, no supplying. Not, oh, I have to go through this again. No supplying, no supplying. There we go. This game is just wild with all the little intricacies that you need to pay attention to. Plus, I don't need to just worry about this asteroid, but I need to keep this one going as well. Ideally not having these guys idle, so we can continue to make them productive. Never got this planted. Let's see, let's try and move another pip in. I'm wondering if this thing is just shooting them when oh, that may be why. All right, I see several of you, so we're gonna do a little bit of an attack to up the meat over on this asteroid. Let's do a check. This still hasn't been automated. I need 1 pip there, 4 pips there. Okay, let's do a group wrangle. Maybe we should cancel some attacking. Wrangle a bunch of you guys. Let's check on the other health of the base while, there's always things that could be going wrong in this game. It just seems to be how it is. I want to make sure these guys are groomed, elderly but groomed. We've got population of critters to restock. Got that. We've got that. Okay. Because this is important. This is to do with food. My dupes are ravenous, so I want to make sure I don't let my stables fall apart, if nothing else. Tons of water, so I'm not really worried about... That's a pointless thing. I guess that's because this used to be a heavy wire area. And I went away from that. Okay, so back over here. What was I doing? Okay, good. I can get rid of this. Gonna bring in a power control. Hold on. Maybe not quite yet. Almost, though. So now I can get rid of this. Oh, I see we need a door. Can I build a door right over this and have it automatically replaced? Nope. So we will need to take out the chili red. Oh, there we go. Oh. I am having trouble selecting it. Oh, it's because I've got... That one's being distracted. There we go. I will want to stay nearby because as soon as this is created, I want to replace the door so we don't leak too much oxygen. But I can do the plans while we're waiting for that. It's going to be a station, power control station. Make this out of lead. Put that in right there. Make that a priority so we can get this guy upgraded. Let's put in a door right here. High priority, highest. Okay. I was wondering, I did not open that door. And I realized, nuts. We've got an issue. Small issue, but we'll work around this. What to feed in this guy? I could either do lead, or I've used my gold that I've found, but let's do lead, I'm thinking. So now I have this automation wire moved around the door. Get rid of these two tiles. Make this a priority action. Oh, it already is. Excellent. So this is going to help. I see Baker here using the power control station. They should pick up their little chip. Hopefully give a tune-up. There it is. Awesome. So we're getting a tune-up to our hydrogen generator. Let's have a look outside. Did we ever get that solar panel built? We did. Okay, this is good. This is good. We're moving along. Let's extend this a little bit. Just like that. So now that I've got this set up, I'm going to make this the priority. So what did we say? Any manufactured material, any of the seeds, any of the fine metal, that's higher priority stuff. Let's load that in this first. And it's technically, I didn't really specify a priority. What I should have done, actually, I'll do right now, is just set this up to go like that. So it's set to input at priority. Things are backed up. Hold up. What's going on? Gold amalgam. You know, I just say everything. Basically, anything that's there will be brought through. That way you don't have to add this and that. Was maybe a seed or something. Yeah, that makes sense. And I should not be seeing the dupes pick up the material that's being dropped off here anymore. Mallow seed, bog seed. Well, we might as well grab all the seeds, why not? That was... Oh, that was in it... Yeah, not because seeds going in the bin. That was just seeds that was just happened to be laying there. Okay, that's fine. Not a problem. I would like, though, some more of these guys. Bring that on with us. And we need to possibly do some more digging. What I'm thinking at this point is, since I've got my rare materials, I've got a lot of metal, I might want to just send a few more rovers down. We'll get out of here, bring our stuff back, but leave the rovers to collect stuff in bins so I can come back in the future. Let's get a couple rovers here before we get to that point. Another solar panel is going in, but I see the battery is actually charged a bit, so I think these little changes have done. So I don't think I need any more solar panels, at least from what I can tell at the moment. We'll just let a little bit more loading occur. Send a few more rovers down, and we'll decide what to do from there. Whoops! No, no, no! We're not going that far. I've been at this a while, and it just occurred to me I haven't been checking on the actual life sustainability of things. So let's look at this rocket. We're out of carbon dioxide, so we're going to actually be sending our last rovers over. For water, we still have plenty, so oxygen's not going to be the issue. The big question is food. So we've got a good amount of food. We went through about half of it. I think it was about 120,000 when we started. And what about material? Let's have a look at some of the stuff I'm bringing on. So here is a look at some of the metals. The main thing to note is 23 tons of cobalt ore. I see Baker replenishing their Atmos suits so they can continue to go out. That is excellent. And that is something to watch too. Reed fiber, we've got lots of that so it can continue to make the suits. So Astronaut will not leave. They will not. I've got some Atmos suits that have been repaired. And they will not put them in here. Let's check the priority. It's not a priority thing, I'm thinking though. If I make this unassigned? No. Oh, and wait. This is confusing. That still didn't do anything. I'm definitely confused at the moment. I've got these Atmos suits. I would love to have one. Maybe I'll just hit. Maybe it's just a weird thing. If I hit cancel and deliver. Like that. No. I've come so far. So far. What is missing? Please tell me. Okay, so this is missing. Let's just move. Let's just do this. Let's just move this over right to it. They can pick it up. I mean, there it is. Atmos suit. I mean, worst case, I could tell them to just put it on. So, Astronaut, put that on. Why am I having to do this, though? You should be putting it in your Atmos suit dock. Where's Baker? Baker, you take that one. I have no idea what state these are in, but there it is. Oh, what are you doing? Picking up. What are you doing? This is... You should not be doing supplying of any sort. That is annoying. You're probably putting stuff in this bin, aren't you? Yeah, that's just pointless. How about we do this? We'll put a door right here so that dupes cannot enter. Why can I not put a door here? Oh, heavy wire. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'll have to think about this. Looking back in the home base, we had, I left this little dip here thinking that was going to be enough, but it was not. So we have a little bit of a spill to deal with. I also have no Atmo suits here. What is going on? My Atmo suits are just, I wonder if I just need a game reload. Yeah, we got some mopping up here as well. Possibly down here. Is there some path that the dupes can get back? Not down that way. I'm confused. I don't know. And let's see. Will they even deliver anything, for that matter? So it appears whenever suits are fixed, I'm assuming they're... Well, I don't see any fixed ones here, though. I don't know. So I've got dupes that are wearing Atmo suits, and I guess it makes sense. They're new. They're not full of charged of oxygen. Well, of course not, because the dupes wouldn't put them in here. Like... Okay, I'm gonna reload my game. So I've reloaded, and the dupes are... Well, they're happy. They shouldn't be, though. There's no oxygen in that, right? What is a second bar? Well, it doesn't say anyone is suffocating anymore. They're... Oh no, that's their breath. I think the top one is their suit. Okay, let's do this. Let's call all crew into the rocket, otherwise we're gonna have a serious problem. I should see them hopefully running up. Okay, good. At least for that, let's have a look to see what they do. Do they actually hang their suit up? Because I need their suits charged up with oxygen. They're taking it off and they're just throwing it down. Why are you doing that? I'm just stuck. I'm stuck on this one. So on the home world, I just undocked this. And here's exactly what I want to see. A dupe dropping an Atmo suit off here. That will allow it to be charged. That will allow someone to be able to go through it. How come you guys do not understand? Oh! Oh! I know why. Because no one can supply. No one can supply. This whole supply thing is... Oh, it's not right. This is a priority thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's make this a low priority again, not no priority. I thought it was just kind of the same. I think they ran out of Atmo suits on the homeworld, which just confused me. They must have put them in the bottom one. I thought there was a problem with just general game Atmo suits on both asteroids. So these guys are going to have to wait for that to charge with oxygen. Okay, and over here, let's just knock one of these out so we can do a little bit more digging and exploring up here. Okay, away we go. So this loading process is really cool, but it's a little bit slower than I was hoping for. So I see the last rover that we're going to get, so I'm going to go send Astronaut up on a final mission to do that. And I'm going to relocate some material close to the rocket up here. We'll start, how about we just put in these two. And we will put in, so that's all the same stuff, just at a higher priority. So we'll start the process of the rovers going and moving material up here. Let's get some stuff. I'll leave it alone. What is happening to acknowledge and... Oh, that's right. Double click in this particular case because this is the last time we'll get a rover. For now, anyway. So I've got some rovers that dropped off some material. I've got this really close to this rocket. I decided to concentrate on one type of material just to make it easy to move into the rocket. So inside the rocket, I'm going to make sure to put this really close to the door. I'm going to choose 2 locations so I can get both dupes engaged in this. Oh, I do have a mix, that's fine. I'm going to put that right there. We're going to make that a priority action. We're going to up the... before we get actually going with that, let's make sure we've got a door in place. Because I don't want the dupes pulling material from here. Let's go in a rocket up this. Oh, already at a 7. Okay. Can even disable that, though I'm going to have to watch them to make sure they don't go too far away outside the rocket. There we are. We're starting the process of onboarding material the old-fashioned way. As well as doing this at the same time. So it's not as if I'm abandoning this technique. It's just I'm not... let's not let the dupes go in here. We can have this door open. Let's have a look. Do we have any more material? Still, stuff can be gathered. Continue exploring around. It's just making use of the dupes cycles here. I'm going to explore this area. My plan is just to fill this in so we can push the hydrogen back and then I can add insulation here after. We've got more cobalt, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trap the dupes on the rocket. I'm going to tell the rovers, give me just cobalt in 2 of these bins. So one thing I don't want the dupes to do is start unloading the cobalt that's here. So my thinking is this. What if I were to take... Oh, is there any... Better be careful I'm not destroying some sort of pipes or anything behind this. Let's just get rid of the chili red. Okay, so once we've got the drywalling out of the way, I'm going to put in these doors. And I'm going to block the dupe's access. What I should have done is... Well, actually, this is a decent enough spot, actually. Let's put cobalt door here. I'm going to make it this type so that the dupes can't access across it. I'm going to block them from picking up this material just so that I can get them. I don't have to trap them in the rocket while this goes on. That's a player. Oh, they're already on it. Okay, so with that, I am going to let hold on. Let's just move these guys out of the way first. Otherwise, they could pick up some stuff where they're standing. You move, please. And you move as well. So I'm going to tell the dupes, you know what, no one go in this direction, no one go in this direction. That way no one can access anything that's here. So I can go and let these dupes actually help with the loading process with this. Okay, sneaky dupes are getting across this door because technically we have a tile right here, so let's change this out really quick. So now we've got a granite tile here, so expecting the dupes not to access this. Finally. Oh my goodness, there's just so many different paths you have to worry about. I just realized that I have a lot of cobalt stored right there, so this isn't actually working. Maybe the best thing to do then, unless I can think of anything better later on, is just to crew this until these bins are filled, so the dupes don't undo the works of the rovers. So I think I have devised a plan. Let's, so we've got this thing through. So the dupes are on side. I am going to destroy this. Since I'm not planning on having the dupes go out on the asteroid anymore. Just want them to load material. And I want to build 2 bins. And that's going to be 2 bins for bringing in material. Oh! Okay, let's take off your suit. What about you? You're fine. Okay. So, this is going to cause a little bit of oxygen bust, unfortunately. But I think we can handle with all our carpeted tiles and high morale. So my plan is to put in a storage bin, 1 right here and 1 right next to it. And let's get keep the rovers busy. So my thinking is let's jump what is here out. I think that's Cobalt that we had, yeah. So let's jump all the material out of this. Actually, this guy might actually be making decent progress. So yeah, let's knock everything out. Copy the settings. Basically, nobody drop off stuff here. So the auto sweeper can continue with this process. I'm gonna load something that's different. I think it's important that it's different than Cobalt, because otherwise rovers is just gonna pick this up and put it in. So we'll start the process of gold amalgam being brought in these 2 bins. So the rovers will work on that. Let's go inside the rocket now. We can get 2 of these built. So now that I've got a bin, my plan is give me anything that's swept at high priority. Let's see, just make it a 7, copy the setting. Now I'm going to, as long as I have something to sweep, I'm going to allow the dupes to go out. That's my thinking, and I'm going to make sure I click on this and sweep that. Rovers should not be touching that. Their only job is to get gold amalgam up here. Okay, where are you going? I can actually, forgot I can click, see what they're doing. Oh, that might be a high priority dig, maybe? Duh. I was certain that they were going to... Did I up their priority? Hold on. Oh, okay, that might be why. I'll even do this. So now we're concentrating on supply. If I make that... Where did they go? Move there. There we go. We should be going in and out of the rocket, just picking up Cobalt. Here's what I want to see. Okay, so this is starting to get more organized. Dupes are loading the material that I want, Cobalt. Rovers are loading the next batch of material that I'm going to send over, which is the gold amalgam. And I'm going to wait until the Cobalt is gone, or not gone, but brought into the rocket. Okay, so all the Cobalt is gone, so hold on, astronaut. I'm going to tell you to go back to the rocket. I'm going to jump everything on the floor. This is going to be the gold amalgam. We're going to go onto the rockets and switch this out for gold amalgam now. So I need to jump everything on the floor for both of these. 1 and 2. Choose some gold amalgam. And we should see the same process continue. We're going to go back to Cobalt for the rovers. And we'll see how far this takes us. That's being brought up here. We've got some wolframite. Maybe we'll do the next load of that. Oh, yeah, let's remember to let the dupes start loading again. Here we are. Okay, I just saw them put some material, and that's because I forgot to sweep here. So now they should no longer be putting Cobalt out of the rocket and into this, but rather picking the... There we go. There we go. Okay, I am just going to add one little piece to this. I'm going to start telling the rovers only sweep this stuff. So this is Cobalt. And I'm just going to do a grand select. Just in anywheres where I see lots of Cobalt. I'll start to bring that onto the rocket, or in the rocket area anyway. And I'm going to go inside here, rebuild this. Let's take these two out. Just trying to jam essentially much Cobalt as I can. So there's just many things that I want to build back on the home world. So now I've got both rovers and dupes loading stuff here because of this little flag. I know that they're not taking stuff out of the rocket. So I'm going to just do a massive load, 4 containers, and I'll get the dupes to transfer stuff. So you don't see anything being brought over here. It's probably because this is, maybe what I'll do. I'll choose one material to load via the auto sweeper. I had one thought about this. Maybe this is what I do next time. If I built a second rocket, or just convert this rocket to just having a storage, throw all kinds of material on it, I could then later, I could leave this world, as long as there's solar panels, get the rovers to continue with this, load stuff in that in slower time, and come back for it another point with the rocket already loaded. So nearly have these bins done, so I'm going to go copy the settings here. And I'm going to do this and go inside my rocket. All these bins never got created. Okay, I will call the dupes on the rocket. So it has been an adventure in trying to automate a bit the process of loading stuff into rocket, but I think it is now time to go. Let's clear a path for travel. We'll get rid of this, so we will have whatever rovers are there can continue. Actually, maybe what I'll do, I'll get the rovers to deliver material interest up here. Just so that in the future, when I come back, it'll be ready to just bring quickly onto the rocket. And I'll see if I can improve my technique between... Well, I'm more of rovers then, actually. Maybe they'll make it actually a bit easier once I get to that point. Alright, but for now, let's clear a path and get rid of this. Rovers are helping us clear out our path and shorten the rocket. And so with that gone, we don't need the cargo bay. That's going to... I assume once that is out, this process is going to stop. That will confirm for me the dependency between the cargo bay and this. See if that actually is the case. Kind of curious. Let's watch. So now we should see the automation stop loading in. That's what I thought. Okay, let's screw this thing. Hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I want one more thing. Actually, this is perfect. Puff egg. Move to the rocket. Just to have a different type of biology that we currently don't have. Just wait for one of the dupes to load that and we'll be taking off. I see the rovers don't have anything to do, so I'm going to make this a level 5. And just tell them with the remainder of their time, just bring in all the stuff that I'll want on a future mission to collect. Cobalt, for instance. Just thinking, where will my rocket be when I land? It's hard to tell. I guess I can always just put temporary stuff and just raise the rocket. Yeah, let's just do that. So that's going to be a gold amalgam as well. Oh, perfect. What is going on? Why do we not have any dupes? What? You're idle. Why? Oh, do I not... Have I not let you out of the rocket? Maybe not. Ah, okay, that explains it. Just last minute change. Just figured we'll have that egg brought on because that's a unique item or critter that... Oh, right. Do we want to get you? There's another Puffet. Prince Puffet egg. I'm gonna go look to see if there's any slug eggs. So I see some slug eggs. I'm gonna do a few things here. We'll change this out. Change that out as well. Let's put some slug eggs here. Do that at high priority. And why don't we just grab the puff eggs as well. We're going to give one of the dupes the ability, who should that be, to wrangle. I'll give that to Astronaut. Farming critter wrangling one. I want as many slug eggs, or slugs, as I can get. Because they produce power at night. The puffs, I'm not terribly concerned at this time. Is there a spot for this, actually? I guess this whole setup maybe wasn't that useful. I'll put this right there. So with this, I'm going to say all critters, high priority, drop them off there. The eggs that we found, let's not keep them in the container. Get them out in the rockets. And let's wrangle a few critters. It's really just the slugs that I'm thinking I'm going to be interested in. Wherever they've gone, there's way more puffs. I see some rovers that are looking for things to do. There's one of them. Oh, there's an egg that we can't. I'm going to be careful about this guy here. Oh yeah, we already changed this out, so I'm going to go like that. Oops. Move here. I believe this is the last slug to go into the rocket. So once this dupe is in there, we'll crew this thing, and we are going back home to deliver this much needed metal. Let's see, begin launch. Fueled? What do you mean we're not fueled? We definitely have carbon dioxide. Oh my goodness. What do you want, game? What do you want from me? Let's have a look. Clear launch. Oh, this is just the launch. I don't think that has to do with fuel. I think that just has to do with that. And I see a rover that's stuck. Okay, let's screw this back again. Acknowledge warnings. Okay, that's only one-way trip. Yeah, that's fine. That is completely fine. So this tiny little rocket, which is much bigger on the inside than the outside, is just about to take off. The rest of the rovers there can spend the rest of their time loading some material here. That doesn't need to be swept only anymore. Here we are. So it has been a little bit of a bumpy experience trying to figure out and remember some of the mechanics of this game. I'm more familiar with this solid port loader and the different components that you need to get that to run. Okay, well maybe I'll clean things up here and wait for my dupes to get back. Just before all the rovers are gone, I thought, how about we open up this natural gas area? We'll also put in a door here. Oh, we get the heavy watt wire. Yes, we can get rid of that for now. It's not being used. And that way we can trap some natural gas like we did over on this asteroid for future use. Take that guy back. Oh, no one can actually get there. Let's make sure we fix that. Let's have a look at our haul. So I see 2 of these guys. I don't think we got them all, but that's fine. Actually, they're not really a critical piece just yet. I thought I'd just grab them. But the real critical piece is here. So we've got 157 tons of metal ore in the form of cobalt. We also have aluminum, gold amalgam. Actually, the gold amalgam, 91 tons. That is also really useful as well. Even some gold. One thing we didn't get or find was iron, but I've got another asteroid to get back to over here, so we'll do that at some point soon. Back on the homeworld, I see 20, almost a quarters barbecue meat. So that is really good. The dupes, let's see, that have been traveling, they're down to the last 30,000. And I see lots of these little critters. We're going to do massive hunts. That's just going to lead to even more. Now, and this finally got planted. That is nice. We'll continue on in this little area. Actually, maybe I'll make this the insulation from this point over. It is a meteor shower. Dupes have just arrived. So this really changes so much, because now we've got that massive amount of metal to be able to build stuff. So this is truly exciting. Finally, back to be able to do some more useful stuff around here. Kind of want to call it for today, because with all this metal I need to get refreshed and think about what I want to build. But there's a couple critical things I want to do right now. First of all, let's make sure this guy gets recharged, because I want to go on another mission. But I want to make sure we take care of a few things. Let's get these guys off of there. They produce hydrogen. I don't want to see that build up too much. I'm gonna have a spot for them, but I also want to unload some of the material, because one thing I do not want to have is this rocket leave to get some more metal, but leave with the metal on it. Let's not have that happen, so let's create a couple bins down here. Actually, yeah. And over here, just so we can start the process of unloading this. Going to design a little shelf for the slugs. I know they're going to hang down here. That's going to be a power source. I'm not sure if they actually drop meat or not, but if they do, that's going to add to the meat situation. But how this is going to work? Pretty simple setup. I'm just going to have a... Oh, I got to get this out of the power area where these guys are going to be. But they're going to lay eggs down here. I just want to process it quickly, making sure that eggs are picked up and dropped off up here so we can keep them. I want them to be exposed to the big open world so that they don't stop producing eggs naturally. But I don't want them to go all everywhere. In particular, I don't want them to eat metal. The use for them, in my mind, is not to produce hydrogen. Rather, it's just a little bit of power at night. So we'll get that set up soon. Just looking back at this world, obviously we had some damage here, solar panels. I don't see any more rovers. I think we've got as much as we are going to get. See them, one, or actually I think I saw another slug around. That's all right. But yeah, the critical bit is we just cleared so much metal out. I definitely have some improvements to make on my getting stuff onto the rocket ability. But it's not going to be the last time that I'm going to need to do this. So we'll see what improvements I do next time I do that. So inside this rocket, I'm going to make sure we go to the grounded state. Going to disable this building. I see these dupes can't actually leave. Actually, this is going to fix that situation. Take these back. I want to get these guys wrangled. There's the other one. Wrangle you. Okay, so let's get this drop-off area built. And our first rover in a while on this asteroid to help us out. Make sure that this process of restocking that is high. That is good. We've got a pug slug on the base. Pip, how did you get in here? Also see two of these guys. We'll move them out of the rocket as well. Oops. First rover in a while. On our home asteroid. Let's make sure that's high priority. I'm going to put a bin here for some of the eggs that I've collected. Just realized this thing here, which was safe to drop critters off on the last asteroid, is not exactly what I want to have right now. So I'm making sure that gets disabled. I was wondering how some of these critters were showing up here. I don't know what to do with them. But with you in particular, I will definitely move you out. So we've got one of these guys. I've been collecting some eggs in here. Unless we don't have any more of these eggs because they've all been born. That's quite possible. Just completing the insulation in this area. Between the cold and what's now not super cold anymore, but 26 or so degrees, right around there. Getting a little bit of power from this guy as they're sleeping. About 400 watts at the moment anyway. Another rover. So we've got two of these guys sitting at this location. Oh, I do have some eggs in here. Okay, let's make sure they don't stay in there. Excellent. And this guy is set to pick up critter eggs to be dropped off. So as these guys lay some eggs, we'll always have them here. So future generations will always be standing on this little thing with the pug slugs. Another little adjustment. I'm going to disable this guy and change the power settings. Instead of being 99, I'll make that 90. Just so I can save a little bit of hydrogen here for power generation on future missions. Because there's going to be more than this. Let's just bring... Actually, you know what? This is just future meat. I've just switched out this plant with a plant that actually gives a little bit of smell to it. Now, the dupes aren't allergic. Otherwise, might not do this. But that gives a little bit of stress relief. I just had some dupes remove the remaining seeds to this world, so hopefully they've done that already. And if they have, oh yeah, there it is. I'll be able to plant one right here in the central area of the base, so that the dupes get some stress relief from smelling the flowers here as well. I'm going to finish off by just telling these guys to concentrate on unloading some of the metal, so that in a future episode I can get out and get some iron ore and some other materials. So thanks so much for watching. I am back now with my metal. And I can do some more upgrades and other stuff around the base that I haven't been able to do for a while. So I very much look forward to that. That is going to be an exciting time. Hopefully I will see you then. Thanks for watching. One bonus thing before I leave, because I don't want to forget when I come back next time, and I'm gonna start onboarding some carbon dioxide inside this rocket.